Okay, well, it says I'm broadcasting, and I don't see if my voice is coming up very clear or not, so I apologize if it's a little spotty. I'm still getting used to this PS5 in controller microphone. I do have a headphone, but two things, and more reliable. And as much of a sci-fi fan as I am, I'm really a science fantasy fan. Something about space magic. Well, I guess that's what I play Destiny for, is the space magic part of it. Mecha combat. So I play. Well, haven't loaded that up yet. Anyway, so yeah, all morning long, nothing but lag in Destiny. Couldn't get in and out of a Gambit match without, or a Crucible match without some BS. And I mean, Elder Scrolls Online, of course, is an MMORPG, so there's going to be latency, there's going to be lag. That's just the way it is. But it never really actually in the whole core of the game. And the core of the ESO experience is not its PvP. PvP is kind of like a separate thing that you do all on its own. PvP.
I'll prepare them all.
Not to mention, you actually get to engage with NPCs all over the place.
Did you know we bring fish to those who cannot attend? The old, the infirm, the destitute. None shall go hungry.
There we go. Now we return back to our hostess, which is Bretta and East March. I mean, you can see people are popping all over the place, but I mean, that doesn't necessarily affect me. I don't have about somebody lag switching or DOSing an area to try to get an advantage over somebody else, because the way they've orchestrated this game is that nodes respawn so quickly. So even if you're botting for resources, that's not going to happen very much in here. And ZeniMax has been really, really good with keeping a rein on botters and scammers and all those people. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I don't play this game more often. It was like back in the late 80s to early 90s, I was really big into role-playing games, tabletop role-playing games, all genres too. I even dabbled a little bit in a copy of Boot Hill that a friend of mine lent me for a weekend. And I was playing solo, believe it or not. Just kind of set out, two or three choices that my character would probably want to make, and then roll the die based upon what he's already done and determine where he was going to go. And I played as a dungeon master, and my character was, run by my little, I guess you would call it, decision matrix. At the time, I just called it I didn't know, I didn't even call it anything back then. Now they would call it a emulator or an AI. But yeah, I've been playing role-playing games and fantasy RPGs and sci-fi fantasy games for quite a long time, and it's kind of like, I got really, really bummed out a couple of weekends ago with, online gaming in itself, and decided that, I think I'm going to go ahead and just break out the old Dungeons and Dragons and run an NPC through, run a character through a couple of random dungeons, and I had a lot of fun. It's like, why don't I do this more often? It's just as much fun. It's all theater of mind. It gives me an excuse to make maps and terrain and draw pictures and sculpt minis and paint them, and I could share that just as easily as I share any of this shit. And I don't know.
How was your trip to Shadowfen? Catch anything good?
A really nice cold, can you tell?
The feast reminds us that it warms the heart to fill a hungry belly.
Okay, we're all done here.
A new life herald during the festival. Otherwise, I run a lumber mill.
Good lord. This is a lag, but this is a mega server, dude. This is like covering all of North America. And, we get people from even the European Union coming in here to play with us, which is probably why you get some of the burst, lag here and there. But really, I mean, does it affect me? Not really. I mean, I'm going to go and engage with some enemies, just so I can show you. If I remember, here we go. There's some baddies. So like I said, even though the area has got some lag in it because of other people coming into play, and we're crowding. It's all crowding, by the way. Um, I can harvest nodes. I can fight bad guys. I can go on my own quests if I feel like it. You know, I can swap between my weapons pretty easily. I mean, that's about as fast as normal. My attacks are connecting. I mean, it's PvE, you know, but I don't feel like PvP is a necessary thing. Okay, there's a problem. So, there we go, see? Because I got a little closer to the tent. Here's a baddie. Somebody must have followed them in. Now they're in standby mode, that's what the problem was. They get immune if you drag them out of their aggro range. They'll go immune and you can't do any damage to them, but then they'll be running back to their station. Alright. So I'm going to put my shit away. This is a Windhelm guard. And we're going to try to scoot in behind him and pick his pocket. And done. See? So you can even pick pockets. It's not a problem. Can't really engage with this NPC, but I can pick his pocket, I bet. Ooh, he's a noble. So a little bit of latency, but not much. I mean, comparatively speaking, to if I tried to do something like this in Destiny, fail. Detected by who? The guard? Do a Blade of Woe, too. I have a feeling I'm going to get caught, though. It's only a 9 in 10 chance of succeeding. And we're good. There you go. See? All done. Anyway, that's kind of all I wanted to really share. The thing is that Bungie needs to realize that their gamers are not a captive audience. I expect more from Bungie because of what I've experienced with their previous offerings, including Destiny 1. And in spite of the fact that there was latency and Crota would bug out and be immune for lots of the attacks and wander all over the map and do kind of crazy stuff, you know, in spite of all that, the game was still enjoyable. You could still connect with the activities inside it. You could still engage. Where it comes down to is that they're trying to appease and appeal to a wide audience, and that's fine. Cast your net as wide as you want. But really, in the end, you got to think about, you know, who's actually playing your game. And, oh, I don't think I can actually loot this person. They're haloed as a... Oh, okay. They're outlined as a friendly. I haven't done any real good thieving in a long time. I should probably go do that. Anyway, so we're going to hang out here, do some stuff. I'll catch you guys later, and thanks for stopping by. And if you haven't played Elder Scrolls Online, try to catch them on a free-to-play weekend. It's going to be a little crowded, might be a little bit frustrating. There's a lot to get used to, but that's part of the adventure of the game. There's, you know, you level up to, like, I think it's at level 60. Where's my character? Here we go. You get up to, like, level 60, and then it unlocks champion points, and then it's just sky's the limit after that. Is there power creep in the game? Yeah, there's power creep in every game. But more importantly, it's not unattainable power creep. You know, you can actually still be viable. I can go and solo many things in this game. But of course I have a follower now, so it makes things a little bit easier too. Did I mention that we have followers now? This is cool, huh?
Something you need to discuss?
Imagine having a conversation with your actual ghost that isn't just one-sided. Anyway, I'm out of here. So are you. Thanks for stopping.